It's time that everybody wake up and pay attention.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
President Biden's approval rating ranks right up there with jock itch.
Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
I don't believe in a no-win scenario.
This is the Greg Belfrage Show.
This caught my attention that the headline, and you tell me that millennials ditch your wallets. Gen Z says you're old if you still carry a wallet. Here's the thing. I am old. I am old, and I'm not ditching my wallet. So this is a story at the New York Post. Would you ever give up your wallet? I would love to hear from you. 605-336-1320 is the Kello hotline. 605-336-1320. Would you ever ditch your wallet? I mean, I've got a number of things in my wallet. I'll go through it here in a moment. So they say carrying cash, identification, and debit cards in a billfold has become akin to carrying around old butterscotch candies at the bottom of your purse. Teens and early 20-somethings have officially declared wallets seriously antiquated. And so this is coming from a woman on TikTok. Oh, I should have known. I should have known that millennials, apparently there's a new way that we can age ourselves, and it's by having a wallet. Gen Z uses their phone as their wallet. So they have all their money and their IDs in their digital wallet. So it's all on your phone. Yeah, that's great. Right up until the point you lose your phone. Right? What happens when you lose all your phone? You lose your phone. This just makes me laugh. Would you ever give up your wallet, guys? Those of you who carry wallets? 605-336-1320. I wouldn't. Now, again, I'm 60, so I'm not a trendsetter, nor do I want to be or expect to be. And so one person said, how do you have an ID in your digital wallet? Is this the thing? Did I miss the memo? And so the Asia Grace wrote this piece at New York Post. Yes, hon, you did. You missed the memo. And so now the wallets are going the way of leggings, ankle socks, and other wardrobe dinosaurs. I go through my wallet from time to time because you start stuffing stuff in, admittedly. You start putting stuff in, and you wind up like George Costanza on Seinfeld. You ever see that episode? George's wallet. About it's almost half a foot thick. So I would love to hear from you this morning. And we're going to start with Steve. How are you, my friend? You're on Kello.
Hey, Greg, I'm doing great. I pretty much have already ditched my wallet, traditional
right.
Billfold, that folds in half, stick in your back pocket. I got one of those little things that holds my ID and a credit card and like my insurance card, and that's it. I haven't carried cash for years. So, yeah, I mean, I already did this
I don't often, but I started, you know what? Because I bet I went for about at least a 2-year period where I literally had no actual money in my wallet,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I
will get cash from a cash machine when I need it, and I will get the amount that I need. But, yeah, I don't have cash on me at all for years.
Right. Well, I started rethinking that. I wonder if that's the smartest thing to not have cash on your person. Or am I just being an old man?
Sometimes it's handy, but, you get to some of these places, there's few places that still don't take credit cards.
Right.
But by now I know what those places are, so, cash machines are everywhere, and you can get cash everywhere. So
yeah, absolutely. I know, and
not
usually they will have a cash machine near their business or right outside their business if they don't take cash. So you're right.
Right.
It's easy. So
Yeah,
how
I mean,
long have you not been carrying then a wallet?
I want to say since probably 2008, maybe. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Why did you stop?
You know, the wallet in my back pocket, it was hurting my back when I would sit. So I switched to a money clip in the front, and then I just said, I never use cash for anything, so I'll just get this thing that holds my credit card and my ID.
Well, it makes some sense to me, Steve. I appreciate the call. It's always good to talk to you, buddy. Thank you. Phone lines are open. What about you? Ditching the wallet? Would you ditch your wallet? 605-336-1320. 605-336-1320. Good morning, Aaron. You're on Kello.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, small rant, but I thought this was kind of funny that somebody who is on TikTok, who, of course, we know is owned and run by the Chinese government, who already have all of her personal information now, including her credit cards, personal ID, telling us to ditch the old-fashioned stuff. Smart. It's smart.
I absolutely agree with you. What about you?
Yeah.
You still carry your wallet?
Greg, I carry a wallet that if I were to throw it at you, it would take you through a wall and through the floor because of just the sheer size of it. No, I still carry a wallet. It's not quite that bad, but yes, I still carry a wallet. I don't carry cash; it's all cards. But still, it's just I know people like my son. He does that where he's got all his information on the phone, and I'm like, ugh. All that digital information, how easy some of that can be to hack. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, and I have got some of that, stuff. For instance, like my insurance, my proof of insurance. So if I also have my proof of insurance in my car, but in the event I misplace it in the car, I can't find it, whatever, it's on my phone.
Oh yeah, it's your Costco membership. It's all your membership cards.
Right.
Like you said, it's like, I'm going to the doctor, bust out the card, there you go. It's a little bit of a Rolodex mixed with, and yes, it's antiquated, I get it, and I'm not completely disagreeing with the point, but right now digital just isn't as secure as we'd like it to be. So, yeah, it's not the greatest, but at the same time, I haven't seen anything better yet. I know I have another.
See, and that's where I agree. I don't think it's any more antiquated than a wooden spoon. A wooden spoon still works. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you don't throw it away just because it's old, or unless it's all old and crusty like me. But you keep using it, right?
Yeah, how long have we had light bulbs? Are we going to get rid of those just because they've been around a long time? No, we don't have anything that's better. Let it ride.
Well, light bulbs have seen some improvements, but you're right. The most consistent is still the old light bulbs. Great points. Thanks for the call, Aaron. Phone lines are open. I would love to hear from you. I don't know. This just seems like a way for young people to dig on old guys like me who still carry a wallet. So I would love to hear from you. What about you? Have you ditched your wallet? 605-336-1320 is the Kello hotline. 605-336-1320. Let's take a look at my wallet. So I've got a bifold, but it's got I'm not sure what you call it. It's not a trifold, but it's kind of close to that. There's on one side, there's a section then that flips up, and you can put that's where I have on one side I have my driver's license, and then on the other side I have my Midwest Communications, building card, and then you get down underneath there, and there's my debit card, and then any other. Oftentimes, wind up getting gift cards or bank cards. Especially at Christmas, I get cards. I have some of my punch cards in there for when I go to, like, Last Stop CD Shop or the Keg. We're going through Bill's wallet here. What else do I got in there? Oh, Murph's Burgers and Fries. I got their punch card. If you've been to Murph's, I highly recommend it if you've not been there. It's really good. Over on the other side, I don't have much. I have to carry this. I had that stint that I have in my head. Doctors told me, keep this card on you at all times. In the event something happens, they need to know that you've got a stent in your brain. I got that following the stroke. And then I have my insurance card on the other side. What is that? I got some other stuff that's stuck in there. Oh, another gift card. So I would love to hear from you. 605-336-1320. Terry is a first-time caller. Good morning, Terry. You're on, Kello.
Good morning. How are you, Greg?
I'm doing well.
Good morning. But I never call in, and today I just couldn't help myself. So I laughed at the guy who talked about how heavy his wallet was, and he hasn't felt heavy or a backache till he's carried my purse. But I do carry a wallet, and I have to rant about the guy who never carries cash, because every cash machine I go to, unless it's affiliated with my bank, charges me an amount to get my cash, and then my bank charges me an amount because I've actually used somebody else's cash machine. So I don't think it should cost me $5 to get $20 cash. I just don't see the logic in that, so I do carry cash.
That's a great point. A lot. Yeah, I don't carry a lot either. Generally about $20.
Yeah, that's me too, but then I don't have to run to the cash machine if I want to get a cup of coffee. So I also have been in restaurants who charge me an upcharge to use my credit or debit card in their store. So again, if I'm going to go out to eat, I plan for that. I take money out of the bank, and then I have cash to pay for my meal. How
do you feel about restaurants doing that?
Well, I don't know the backside of that business. I'm a nurse, so I don't know finance. I don't know the backside of that business and what that costs them to use that service.
Yep.
However, I think for them, they don't ever have to worry about a bounced check or anything like that, so maybe they're better off to do it. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion about that.
Fair enough. So would you think about, and you're talking about your purse and you have a wallet in your purse, asking a guy to get rid of his wallet would be very much the same as asking you to ditch your purse.
Oh, yeah. And, when I was in college, I stopped carrying a purse for a while because I carried a backpack. And every time I had one of my children, I stopped carrying my purse because I was carrying a diaper bag. And then I just put all my stuff in those other bags.
Right.
But the minute those life events were over, I went back to my purse.
Good for you. Hey, Terry, thank you so much. I'm glad you called, my friend. Nice to talk to you. Phone lines are open, 605-336-1320 if you want to join the program. And if you're just joining us, again, this is a story that I saw at the New York Post, and the headline was, Millennials Ditch Your Wallets. Gen Z says you're old if you still carry one. So you're old if you still carry a wallet, and this is apparently then millennials are being advised. I'm not a millennial, by the way. I'm way beyond that. So they're having this argument about whether or not you should carry them, and a lot of people are saying that they carry their cellular devices, then they use their cell phone, and they use things like Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, digital wallets. They do that versus then having all of those things available. I'm like, yeah, that's as I said earlier, I don't think carrying a wallet and having that material is any more outdated than a spoon in your kitchen. You know what I mean? Big wooden spoon, How long have we been using those? My mom used to threaten me with those spoons. When I was a kid. 605-336-1320 is the Kello hotline. Is that right? Dave says he carries 2 wallets. Good morning, Dave. You're on Kello.
Hi, Greg. Yeah, I carry 2 wallets, and part because one of the wallets is an RF protected one. Credit cards. Yeah. And then I carry a lot more cash than I used to. In the last few years, because small businesses are under pressure, and some of them offer discounts if you pay cash, and sometimes they add a couple percentage points if you use a credit card. All these small businesses would prefer cash, and I've been making a point of carrying more cash and paying cash.
Yeah, maybe I should do that, especially because, we've talked about local businesses a lot. I love supporting local businesses. Mm-hmm. I really do. I would rather go someplace local and so on than the chains. Maybe I ought to change my habits, Dave.
Yeah, I've actually been thanked by small business people for doing that. They say every little bit helps, and it's a big deal to them because those credit card fees, they're really hurt some of these small businessmen. It's a lot for them to do.
That's a great point. So have you ever been bothered by carrying, as you said, 2 wallets? Does that get to be a bit much, Dave?
Okay, I should really consolidate. I just need to get a bifold wallet that has IRF protection in it. I just haven't bothered going to the expense of buying a leather wallet with one of those RF protection sheets, or whatever it is on there.
Right.
I just need to do that.
Which is a great idea, and I've done the same. Dave, I'm glad you called. I appreciate your thoughts. We've got time for your call, 605-336-1320, 605-336-1320. Again, millennials are being told to lose their wallets. Gen Z says you're old if you still carry a wallet. So what am I? I'm like a fossil. I am a fossil. 605-336-1320. I would not get rid of my wallet. I'm doing more and more, whether it's using Google Pay, PayPal. I use PayPal a lot, and I know some have moved beyond, PayPal is so, even PayPal is old then to people. Oh, you still use PayPal? They act like you insulted them when you say you use PayPal. Seriously. And I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong with PayPal? I don't have to pay anything for it. They don't charge me. I'm just sending money. If I'm sending money to family, and that's generally what I do, and I'm, sending money to family, whatnot, I just pay with PayPal. And what's the heartache? 605-336-1320. Good morning, Tim. You're on Kello. Do you still carry a wallet?
Yes, Greg, I sure do. I'm just like Dave. I carry 2 wallets.
Well, how come? Tell me about it.
Well, I carry a lot of my important stuff, my credit cards, my driver's license, and some cash in one wallet. And then I have one where I carry my kind of junk stuff, my Costco card, my, just some odd stuff. And I carry cash in that wallet. And if I ever get robbed and they say, give me your wallet, I know exactly which wallet needs to be pulled.
Oh, that's a great idea. You know what?
Throw it out about 15 feet and say, go get it.
That's perfect. That's exactly what security people say you should do. And one of the reasons why some people carry a money clip in their pocket and they will just fill it full of $1 bills and they put it in a money clip. And then if somebody winds up, they just take that money clip of bills, toss it, and just keep going. Very similar to what you're saying.
And then on the issue of cash, Greg, I generally carry about $500 worth of cash on me, which seems excessive to probably some people. But there's always circumstances that come up. You know, you might find a certain person that's kind of in danger for a moment, and they need a cab or a lift, or they need some money to do something. I can offer them a little bit of money to help them in an emergency. I might need some help.
Right.
Say something's wrong with my car, and I've got to get a tow truck out there, and if I wasn't prepared with like insurance and stuff like that, I've got a $100 bill to say, can you help me right now?
Makes sense.
Or the other circumstance is you go out with some friends, and all of a sudden this weird thing of, well, they're going to buy a round, and then they're going to buy a round, and now you're kind of like, oh, I guess it's my turn.
So has that strategy ever bailed you out? Have you ever been glad that, hey, I'm glad I did that?
Oh, absolutely. There's so many circumstances where I've been somewhere and I'm like, maybe I just didn't have enough because I like giving cash tips. For the servers that serve us.
You know what? I've heard a lot of people. Yes, I've heard a lot of people saying that. And that, the more I think about that, that is not a bad idea.
I'll pay for a credit card for my meal sometimes, but there was another caller that mentioned about the use of a credit card, like when you're going out to dinner.
Right.
What a lot of times those charges are is there's like a 3% charge on the use of a credit card, and it might not be much on like a $30 bill, but when you add that up over everybody's bill all night,
sure,
that's quite a bit for the restaurateur to pay out just because people are using this convenience. Yeah,
that's a great point, Tim. I'm really glad you called. Thank you so much for your thoughts, my friend. Great advice.